And now, Elves Gone Bad, Season 2. The Ice King Cometh. Dun, 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 dun. Chapter 1. New Year, New Adventure. After saving Christmas last year, Santa and his stalwarts allies have tried to get back to normal and get ready for Christmas again, this time without any menacing foes, or so they think. Our wayward elves are trying to behave and make amends for their dastardly deeds last year. As part of their punishment, they get to work in the magic crystal mine. Now this really isn't punishment, as although the work can be hard, it is an honor to harvest the magic crystals that contain Christmas spirit and makes all things magical at the North Pole possible. It was Santa's thought that by working in the mines so close to the crystals, that the elves would find their way back to loving Christmas and all the wonder that goes with that. Now legend has it that most of these crystals are just for creating Christmas magic, but there are a few with unknown properties. Leave it to Hondo to find just such a stone. Chip, 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 snap! Hondo breaks loose a very pretty blue stone that immediately starts to glow in his hand. As the glow grows, a portal appears in the wall next to Hondo. Out steps an older hippie-looking dude wearing a Unikitty shirt. Howdy, I'm Moondoggy, and I appreciate you freeing me from that stone. Hondo, what are you talking about? Luna, are you real? Moondoggy, as real as you, Missy. Butch, dude, do you like music? Moondoggy replied, classic rock and roll, man. You may have noticed that Brooks is not here. He was only part of the group to try and get Luna to like him more than Hondo. He realized that just wasn't going to happen, so he went back to helping Santa prepare for Christmas like the old days. He wasn't a bad elf, just in love, or thought he was. Gingo went back to his regular work of bounty hunting in the north region of the North Pole. You never know when he might just show up to join in the mischief again, should it occur. Now back to the conversation at hand. Moondoggy, yeah, man, I've been trapped in that dimension for some time now. These crystals can act as gateways between different dimensions. I lost mine, so I haven't been able to move between the dimensions for quite a while. The only problem is now that you've opened a gateway, it will probably bring the true inhabitants of that dimension into your world. And until they come here and then go back, it will stay open. You won't like the inhabitants of this dimension. The dreaded Ice King, Blizzardo, and his queen, Icy. Hondo, oh, how bad can they really be? We have to deal with Jack Frost. Luna, yeah, Jack Frost is a real bad dude. He can be really frosty when he wants to be. Moondoggy, does he have an army of ice samurai that can freeze anyone with their swords? The portal has been opened, and here comes the Ice King and Queen and their army. What will they do? What will we do? How will this affect Christmas? Tune in next time, same elf time, same elf channel. Chapter 2. Through the Portal. Everyone is busy in Christmas Village getting ready for Christmas. Hustle and bustle everywhere. Little do they know that yet again Christmas will be under attack, and they will have to save the holiday, we hope. Busy, busy, busy. More busy, busy, busy. Even more busy, busy, busy. Yeah, we get it. Busy, busy, busy. Moving on. Meanwhile, back at the mine, the king and queen have arrived at the portal, and the samurai enter the mine first to ensure their safety. They are somewhat taken aback to see all the elves and Moondoggy, but soon have them all rounded up into a group and surround them in preparation for the king and queen's arrival through the portal. The king and queen enter the mine through the portal and are not amused to see Moondoggy. Moondoggy, hey, your iciness, long time no see. The Ice King, not long enough. You just thought you escaped my wrath. The Ice King points his scepter at Moondoggy and freezes him into a block of ice. Bum, bum, bum. Ice King, now, my little friends, you can help me or end up like your friend here. Hondo, how can we help you in a way your army can't? The Ice King, well, my little friend, what I have planned will require action behind the scenes in a way only you and your helpers can provide. Bring in the crystals. Two samurai carry in a chest and open it to reveal some blue crystals. The Ice King, these crystals can control whomever I want them to and make them do what I want. I can soon take over this entire dimension, and you little elves are going to help me. Ha 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 ha. The king laughs with an evil tone. The Ice Queen, oh darling, I love it when you are so commanding. I think I will love turning this planet into a never-ending winter wonderland just like ours. The plan is further explained, and our wayward elves will be pretending to help with the toys, but really placing the crystals inside each of them so that they will be planted all over the world on Christmas Eve and allow the Ice King to take over everyone's mind. Now, Moondoggy may seem like some crazy old time traveler, but he really has special powers himself and is far from helpless in his frozen state. His scepter also has magic powers and is sending out a signal to a very special group. With the plan explained, Hondo, Luna, and Butch head out to Christmas Village to help with the preparation of the toys and to add the special crystals to all the toys. The merry little band drives the wagon load of crystals from the mine into Christmas Village to start making the plan happen. Luna, hey Hondo, you know we are going to need some help with this. I can get word to Gingo. Hondo, yeah, get word to him that we are back and will finally fulfill our plan of ruining Christmas. Hondo has an evil laugh too. Butch, well, all right. I feel a song coming on. With that, Butch breaks out his mic and starts his rap. Once in town, Luna talks Brooks into riding out to find Gingo, who was last reported just outside of town on the trail of a renegade dwarf that had been causing trouble in Christmas Village. Well, there's Gingo, just about to catch the dwarf, and Brooks is just about to catch up with him. The gang will be all together. Oh no, is Christmas doomed this time? Will the Elves Gone Bad finally succeed with this new evil boss? Will Santa and his team finally be beat? Tune in next episode for the twists and turns. Chapter 3, Back to Mischief. We pick up our adventure with Gingo turning over the dwarf who had been causing problems in Christmas Village to Detective Flavorton. Detective Flavorton. Good work, Gingo. We have been pursuing Sakura for weeks. He really caused problems here in Christmas Village. Gingo. Yeah, he thought he was tricky, but I know how he thinks, and I beat him at his game. With that, a couple of officers take Sakura away, and Gingo heads off to the meet with Hondo and the others. Meanwhile, Hondo is meeting with Santa to get to work making toys so he can put the mind control crystals inside them. Hondo. Santa, I'm ready to help with the toy building so you can make the children all over the world very happy on Christmas Eve. Santa. Hondo, I'm so happy that you have seen how much you are a part of my family and that we welcome your help. Hondo. Thank you, Santa. I would like to bring Luna and Butch along to help too. Santa. That sounds great. I know the other elves would welcome the extra help. So off to the toy factory where Hondo meets up with Luna, Butch, Brooks, and Gingo. Hondo immediately takes charge so that the other elves make the toys and he and his merry band can put the crystals inside. Now this goes on for a while. Soon, Smitty realizes something isn't right. Smitty was the elf that saved some of the toys in Season 1 when he escaped and alerted the fire department. He sneaks off to find Santa and report Hondo. Smitty finds Santa talking to the Duke and Warbird and relates what he thinks is going on. Santa, while very sad that he might have been fooled, heads to the toy factory with his gingerbread warriors and toy soldiers to check on Hondo and his gang. As Santa and his team approach the toy factory, Hondo and the gang come flying out from behind on skis and take off to go back to the mine to alert the Ice King. Whoosh! Whoosh! Hondo and the gang fly to Christmas Village with the gingerbread warriors and toy soldiers not far behind. Now, Christmas Village is a bustling community this time of year, and our elves are having a hard time getting through town without hitting someone and crashing, so it doesn't take long for them to get stopped. Trapped and surrounded, Hondo and the gang give up and start to tell Santa what is going on. Hondo. Santa, we really were trying to be good and help with Christmas. But something happened at the mine, and we were forced to bring these crystals to Christmas Village and put them in the toys. Santa. And who would have this power at the mine? From the edge of town comes the Ice King and Ice Queen, riding their ice deer and his army in tow. The Ice King. Santa, I have that power, and I will soon be ruler of this dimension. By this time, all of Santa's team had shown up and were prepared to help stop the Ice King, or so they thought. With the mighty swing of his scepter, the Ice King creates a giant ice dome capturing Santa and his team. Oh, true believers, is this the end of Christmas for sure this time? What is Santa going to do? Join us next episode to see how our crafty band escapes this latest twist of events. Chapter 4. Enter the Council. The air is thick as ice, and I mean literally, as a large ice dome traps Santa and his trusted allies. The Ice King's soldiers are everywhere, keeping everyone busy preparing for the Ice King's plan to take over our dimension. The citizens of Christmas Village are doing as ordered, except for two elves that thought they could try to rescue Santa by throwing water on the dome. They paid for their efforts by being frozen by the ice samurai's magical sword. In the toy factory, the elves are busy adding the mind control jewels to all the toys. Now, if you remember, back in episode 1, Moondoggy's staff began to glow. That staff was transmitting an interdimensional signal to a special group of individuals, the Council of Claws. Now you may ask, what is the Council of Claws? Well, the Council of Claws is Santas from many different dimensions that hundreds of years ago came together when a young interdimensional traveler created a rift in the dimensional boundaries that keep them separated. They all appeared together in one dimension, and it was decided that they needed to be vigilant about anyone else crossing over to different dimensions, as if it was to happen again, it would forever damage the flow of time in all the dimensions. Oh, by the way, if you haven't figured it out, Moondoggy was that young traveler. Let's meet the Council of Claws as they enter the mine through the portal. Our first Santa is Santa Claus. He comes from the dimension of Fantasia, where mythical creatures are part human and live pretty much as we do. Our next Santa is Woo Claus. He is from a dangerous dimension where it takes great skill and bravery to deliver toys. He lost an eye on one Christmas Eve, but his elves were able to build him a special bionic eye that now allows him to have super eyesight and diagnostics to keep him safe. Followed by Mayor Claus, the Wizard Santa. His dimension is filled with magic, and he is one of the most powerful. He did lose his hand to a swordsman that was trying to stop Christmas in his dimension. That swordsman now builds toys for Mayor Claus, as he was merciful. Now enter the dapper Wellington S. Claus. His dimension is still stuck in Victorian times, and he has a magic roadster that he uses to deliver the toys. Always the gentleman, but watch out if you mess with him or his elves. He has the magic and will use it. All hail Clausius Maximus. Yes, his dimension is a futuristic version of the Roman Empire. He delivers toys in a magic horse-drawn chariot. And lastly, just Santa Claus, very much like our own, as his dimension pretty much parallels ours. As each Santa enters the mine, they see Moondoggy in his frozen state and gather around him so they can perform the magic to release him from his icy prison. Now freed from the ice and getting warmed up, Moondoggy starts to tell the Council of Claws what has transpired. Moondoggy: yes, it is bad. The Ice King Blizzardo and his Queen Icy are powerful with magic. And I don't know that even all of us can stop him and his army of ice samurai. Clausius Maximus: what about the Santa of this dimension? Can't he help? Snooky the Elf: word is Santa and all his allies are trapped in a giant ice dome and unable to get free. Wellington S. Claus: there is no one else in this dimension that possesses magic and is powerful enough to help. Snooky the Elf: well, there is one who has the magic, but whether he will help is not certain. He is not always happy with Santa and might be happy to see him out of action. Although, a being not of this dimension trying to take over might get him and his band of ice warriors to help us out. Mayor Claus: just who is this powerful being? Snooky the Elf: his name is Jack Frost, and he is powerful. High atop the mountain range overlooking Christmas Village, there stands a frosty-looking fella. and behind him a band of fur-covered warriors. Yes, it is Jack Frost, and he hears his name as it floats through the crystalline air. Jack Frost can help. Will Jack Frost help save Christmas and our dimension from certain doom and domination? Only time will tell as our exciting adventure continues next time in episode 5. Chapter 5, Frigid Days. Things in Christmas Village only get worse for the elves, as the work to make the Ice King's plans work is near completion. More elves are frozen as the need for them is getting less and less. Looks can be deceiving. Unbeknownst to the Ice King, Detective Flavorton and our favorite Christmas Village private investigators avoided being trapped in the frozen dome and have been working behind the scenes to try and come up with a plan to save Santa and the rest of the gang trapped in the dome. Snooky has brought them to the mine to meet the Council of Claws and formulate a plan to free Santa and the gang so they can all send the Ice King and his minions back through the portal. Detective Flavorton. I must say, it is an honor to meet Santas from other dimensions. Ours is such a treasure and must be saved from his frozen prison. Mayor Claus. We must find a way to defeat the Ice King and send him and the Queen back to their own dimension, or there will be irreparable damage done to the dimensional boundaries, and none of us will be able to go back to our own dimensions. Wellington Esclos. Have we heard anything from this powerful being you call Jack Frost? We will need all the magic and help we can get to trap the Ice King and Queen and send them back to their dimension. Snooky. I'm sure he knows what is going on by now and will make his move in his own time or reach out to us. Ginger Mangum. We have been searching for Jack and have sent out messages throughout the pole for any assistance. Abamalo. There are whispers. There may be others that can help. Detective Flavorton, your prisoner, the dwarf Sakura, might be more than just a troublemaker. I have discovered he is the leader of a group of ninja dwarves that roam the pole. They have always stayed in the shadows, but I believe Sakura was aware of what was to come and made himself known to us by causing problems in Christmas Village. It was merely a way for him to test us and to let Santa know that they were ready to help. I think if you check your station, that he will be gone. Yes, Abamalo was on the right track, for at this time Sakura had let himself go and was readying this fellow dwarf ninjas to help free Santa and rid Christmas Village of this other dimensional threat. As night came to Christmas Village, Sakura and his ninja dwarfs snuck into town and check out the situation. Soldiers are everywhere, but they are able to sneak up to the ice dome to see if they can communicate with Santa. As they approach the ice dome, they notice a bright light emitting from the backside, and as they approach the light, they find a couple of those ice soldiers frozen stiff. To their amazement, there stood Jack Frost and several of his band working to make a hole in the ice dome. Jack Frost. Nice of you to join us, Sakura. Sakura. You are the last person I would have ever thought I would see helping Santa. Jack Frost. Santa and I have had our misunderstandings, but this problem is bigger than all of us, and I will gladly help. With that, a hole opens up, and Santa and the others emerge into the night and follow Sakura and his band into the darkness. Jack freezes the hole back up and follows the rest of the gang into the night, ready to prepare for the coming battle to save Christmas Village and all of us, really. Well, it looks like this is going to be a whopper of an ending, my merry folks. Come back for the interdimensional showdown and see how the fate of our world plays out. Chapter 6. Return to Sender. We start this final chapter at the magic crystal mine where Santa and all his allies have gathered to take back Christmas Village and send the Ice King and Queen back to their dimension. Santa. I welcome you all, and thank you, Jack, for freeing us from the Ice Dome. We have come up with a plan to send the Ice King and Queen back through the portal. I look to you, the Council of Claws, for guidance, as you know how the multi-dimensions work. Moondoggy. I think I have a plan, and as I've gotten to know a little about them from my time trapped in their dimension, the Queen is the key. We need to get her back into their dimension, and the King will follow. Santa. I think we need Mrs. Claus to help make that happen. Yes, the awesome Martha Claus, wife to our Santa, proverbial matron of Christmas spirit. But watch out when you make her angry. Let us just say, she is a little upset as she still thinks Santa and his gang are trapped in the ice dome. That being said, who do you really think keeps things running smoothly in Christmas Village? Sure isn't Santa. That is right, Martha Claus. And she is channeling her anger into a master plan to save Christmas and get these icy invaders back where they belong. Martha Claus also has her little network of elves, and actually was the one responsible for getting Jack Frost to join the battle. He has a little crush on Martha, truth be told, so in essence she came up with the plan to free Santa and his gang. Martha also has been cooking up some magical cookies that is weakening the Ice Samurai and making them easier to defeat. Gotta love it when a plan comes together. Let us see how it unfolds. Sakura and his dwarf ninjas are going to be the distraction as they cause small disturbances all around Christmas Village. The Ice Samurai try to stop the dwarves, but there are just too many places they have to be. Then, as they are being pulled to all points around the village, Santa's gang joins the fray and attacks the samurai from other directions. It is a battle royale with samurai being frozen all around the village. Again, got to keep it PG, so just remember those great shows from the 80s when there were big gun battles and car crashes and the bad guys were always able to walk away. This leaves a commando team of Santa and Martha along with the gingerbread warriors to secure the Ice Queen and get her back to the portal. However will they accomplish this? She has a personal guard of two very capable warriors. One even rides a two-tailed wolf. Growl. Enter the secret weapon of Buddy the Elf and Elf on a Shelf. Say what? Yes, they have stepped up their game and are running interference while the other team captures the queen. Buddy throws Elf on a Shelf at the warrior on the wolf, knocking him to the ground and freezing him with his candy cane sword. Buddy then turns his attention to the other warrior, and his inner fighting spirit comes alive as he attacks the warrior with his candy cane sword. Back and forth the battle sways, with surprisingly Buddy holding his own. But alas, he is no match and is frozen by the warrior. But his sacrifice works. While this mini battle royale ensues, Santa and Martha are able to subdue and capture the queen. The queen has quite a sweet tooth and had eaten way too many cookies, so her magic abilities were hampered. They put a magic spell on her and whisk her away in their sleigh back to the crystal mine and the portal. Meanwhile, the battle rages on as Jack Frost and his merry band are going at the Ice King and his personal guard. Jack seems to be equally matched with the Ice King as far as ice powers, as they are creating quite a pile of ice as they match magic blast for blast. Throughout Christmas Village, smaller skirmishes are happening as Santa's gang is joining the battle. The Duke and his Christmas cowboys are roping and tying up ice samurai. Freddy Claus and Bobo, the Christmas dinosaur, have rounded up several themselves. Warbird is flying high over Christmas Village, keeping tabs on the ice samurai and telling everyone where to go to find them. Even the Time Wizard is aiding in the battle. Not only can he change the time continuum, he can slow down individuals' movements so as to make them easier to capture. Lastly, the Council of Claws are doing their part and preparing the portal to trap the Ice King and Queen back in their dimension once they are sent back. Everything seems to be going in the right direction, but alas, the Ice King gets the upper hand and is gaining more power over Jack and his band. Down to only Jack and one of his warriors, the battle is not faring well. Now the Ice King and Queen have a telepathic link, and she reaches out to the king and pleads for him to come to her aid. Like that, the Ice King stops his fight with Jack Frost and jumps on his ice deer and heads back to the crystal mine. Knowing they have regained the upper hand, all the samurai are rounded up and everyone takes them back to the crystal mine. At the crystal mine, dum dum dum, Santa and Martha Claus have arrived with their prisoner, the Queen, and with the help of the council have sent her back through the portal still tied up. The council now prepares for the Ice King's wrath as he enters the mine to save his queen. Being alone and his powers weakened from the battle with Jack, he is no match for the full strength of the council. They immediately use their combined powers to entrap the king and send him through the portal to join his queen. The danger over, the others arrive with all the samurai and send them back to join their king and queen. With that, the council, aided by our Santa and Moondoggie, close the portal on the Ice King's dimension and seal it up, forever keeping them where they belong. Santa: my undying gratitude to my brothers of the council for their help in saving our dimension and once again Christmas. The council: it was our honor and privilege to be able to aid our fellow Santa and save the multi-dimension. With that, the council enters the portal to go back to their respective dimensions. Moondoggie is the last to say goodbye. I must thank Hondo for freeing me and allowing me to get back to my travels. It is also good to have my crystal back. Yes, everyone has gathered to say goodbye to Moondoggie as he too enters the portal. Santa: well, Hondo, another Christmas is saved, and I can just say please don't do anything next year. Hondo: I will try, Santa, but you can never tell when elves will go bad. The end.